Hello everyone. So today we are going to solve a question of the problem solving section of the HackerRank. The question is number line jumps. So quickly let's see what is the question about. So I'll explain you in short. You can also read the question from the link given in the description below. The question states that we have two kangaroos and each of them are at location x1 and x2 respectively, and they are moving. First kangaroo is moving at the rate of v1 and second one is moving at the rate of v2. And then so we are given this initial condition and we have to find that there is a time possible at which both kangaroos will be at the same location given these initial conditions. So let's see, they have also solved an example for us. So in this they have given x1 as 2, so x1 is here, so x1 is the initial of location of the first kangaroo and x2 that is the initial location of second kangaroo. So this distance between them, this is of 1 unit. Pardon for my drawing, but this distance is 1 unit and the first kangaroo moves at a speed of 1. What is 1? We can assume any distance, so we can assume it to be 1 meter per second or as such, and the second one moves at 2. Right, so the second one moves at 2 and sorry, I have drawn it a bit incorrect. As you can see, the this one will be x1 and this one will be x2 because x2 is less than x1. But in the initial question we are given these constraints in which we are always given x1 which is less than x2. So the first kangaroo will be at a distance smaller than the second kangaroo's distance, which is x2. And then we are also given the inputs v1 and v2. So let's solve the test case first. So here they have solved an example for us. The x1, it is at a distance of 2 units and it has a speed of 1 meter per second, and x2 it is at a distance of 1 unit, so let this be 1 unit and it travels at a speed of 2 meter per second. So as we can see, it is trivially that after 1 second or 1 unit of time, what will be the distance of each of those kangaroos. This kangaroo, the first kangaroo which is below, because it is at a greater distance, it will travel a distance of 1 plus 2 which is 3 meters, and the second kangaroo, it travels at a speed of 2 meters per second, so it will also travel a distance of 3 meters. So as we can see, after 1 unit of time only, both the kangaroos will be at the same location. So we have to print a yes for this test case. So let's dive into the problem. Here, the input format is they are giving us 4 inputs. We have to see carefully the order in which they are giving the inputs, which is x1, x2, x1 v1 and x2 v2. And in the constraints, we are given that x1 will always be less than x2. And these are the constraints for the speed. So this is the sample input and this is the output. You can read the extensive explanation by going to the problem itself. Now we will dive into the solution. So what will be my solution approach? So as we can see, a kangaroo, so what we have to do at the end is, we want at the end of some time interval t, both the kangaroos 1 and 2, they should be at the same location, as in they should have covered the same distance from the origin. So how can we write the distance? We all know that speed is equal to distance upon time. This is the basic equation we all know. So by using this, we can write the distance is equal to speed into time. So for this, we will equate the distance traveled by both the kangaroos and then we can find a time t. I'll show you. So first, for the first kangaroo, x1 was the initial distance and its speed was v1. And let's say after a time t, this was all the distance covered by kangaroo 1. So we have to equate it to x2 plus v2t, which is similarly for the kangaroo 2. So from this we can solve using a variant. We can solve this linear equations, and then we'll get the value of t as t is equal to x2 minus x1 upon, here we will get t, we have to find t, so here what we will get is v1 minus v2. So when can we say, so this is the value of time that we will get. So when can we say that the kangaroos will definitely meet at a given location after some time? So if this time comes out to be an integer or zero, then also, then only we can say that the kangaroos will meet at a given location. So when can this time be an integer or zero? So for that, first we will have to check that if v1 and v2 are, we have to check some relation between v1 and v2, right? And the time should also be positive, it should not be negative. So what we want that x2, as we all know from the constraint itself, x2 is greater than x1. So we want that v1 should be greater than equal, v1 should be greater than v2 for it to be successful to cross the kangaroo 2 and reach at its given location, right? So we want one constraint that v1 should be greater than v2. So first we will check that constraint itself, that even if we, because here we are given that strictly x2 is strictly greater than x1. So here we will have to check that v1 should also be strictly greater than v2. If v1 is given as less than or equal to v2, then we'll simply print no, because whatever the first kangaroo tries, it will never be able to match the location of the kangaroo 2. It will always be x2 steps ahead, even if it equals its speed. So we need to have v1 greater than v2. And the second constraint, we can check that this should be an integer. So when can a fraction be an integer? When a fraction can be an integer when this term and this term are divided or divisible by each other. So this we can check that by using, when how do we check the divisibility of a given number, of two given numbers? We can use a modulo operation for this. So if we divide the numerator, so if we find the remainder after dividing numerator by the denominator, so this will be this remainder by dividing the numerator and the denominator. If we get this numerator as this remainder, this the result of this division as 0, then we can say that we have then we can say that time will be an integer, and then we will be able to find a time where they can match the location and they will meet. So in that case, we will print or return a yes from our given function, or else we will return a no. So let's quickly go through the coding part. So yeah, so this is the function which we have to complete this given function. In this we are given the parameters are x1, v1 and x2 and v2. So as per the discussion what we have to return from this, we have to return yes or no, what will be the output on the given conditions. So let's start the coding. So as discussed, first we will check if v1 is less than equal to v2, then we will simply return no, because it cannot be possible, it is not possible to match their location as discussed in the earlier part. And then we will check, so if it is not less than, so it means that v1 is greater than v2. Then we need to check the modulo part, that if time is coming out to be an integer or not. So here we will check if x2 minus x1 modulo v1 minus v2, because v1 is greater than v2 and x2 is greater than x1, and if this modulo or if this remainder it comes out to be 0, then we will return a yes from the function, and at the end we will return a no. Yeah. So this was the code. You can also return a no at the else part. Like if this is equal to 0, then you will return a yes, or else you will return a no. Both are valid. So I'm returning a no. So let's run our code on the test cases. So yes, it is passing all the test cases, sample test cases. Now let's submit the code and see if it passes all the test cases. Yeah. So as you've seen, our code has passed all the test cases, and this was it for this video. I'll also try to link a solution to this solution snippet in the description section. Sorry, and if you like the video, do press the like button, and thank you.